Okay, this is the second video of at least a 2, maybe 3-part video series. The first video, the first video, its YouTube title will be in the description of this YouTube video. So if it's a 3-part video series, video 1 and 3, their titles will be in the description of this YouTube video. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California. I live in La Jolla, and please excuse my appearance. But right now what I'm doing is I'm going through a bunch of different bags in order to categorize items, in order to prepare them to drop them off at different hiking areas in case an event happens to me here, or a intentional, which it will be, they'll just deny and say it won't be, trespass notices left on my property, or if I'm approached by the property owner and told I have to leave. In organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, basically what they do is intentionally, let me just prop this video camera up right. Okay, now victims of this crime cannot get no help, because this is organized crime in the system that is perpetrating these heinous criminal realities. These crimes, I have exhaustively researched gang stalking online almost every single day, literally, since 2009. On June 9th, 2009, the day I became aware that what was happening to me was gang stalking. Okay, I finally found the name of the crime that was already in play, happening to me openly since at least late 2000. Okay, now you got to watch the first video, because the statements that I'm making in this video are kind of like they're a continuation of what was described in the first one. Now, there's a manifesto that's on the internet right now that you can go to, written by a manager of gang stalking crews. Okay, and what this individual did, I think it was a woman, okay, and from what it sounds like, as a result of reading that manifesto and watching other target individuals, observing other target individuals' testimony about their deliberations concerning this manifesto, everybody's in agreement that this manifesto was literally written by a manager of gang stalking crews, and we're all saying the same thing, that even this manager who wrote this manifesto is actually also, still being targeted themselves. Now, it's not uncommon at all for organized stalking, gang stalking perpetrators, syndicate members, okay, to have been originally targeted individuals. Okay, that's right, there's a lot of targeted individuals that have literally been turned into perpetrators as a result of the extreme poverty that they were put in, the covert blacklisting of them from employment, because these expeditions, they go after every aspect of your personal independence, because it's organized crime in the system who's got power positions in the community to make sure that you're not able to independently live for yourself. Anybody that was working, anybody in the system at the federal, state, and local level Connie Marshall called it redlining you. Now you can go to YouTube and type, Connie Marshall's a good woman, okay? I feel so sorry for her. I watched a lot of her videos, and I'm going to tell you another thing. Let me just make this statement, because I know how some people can be, so I'm just going to go ahead and flat out say it anyways, and I don't care how it's perceived. I know that there's a lot of people out there, when they might watch Connie Marshall's video, they might say that this is just some loudmouth black woman. Let me tell you something right now. For one, you shouldn't be racist. That's right, because a soul and a spirit has no color. For two, Connie Marshall is a victim of one of the most heinous crimes that can happen to anybody. Anybody. And black people, Indians, Mexicans, Asians, whites, we all deserve to be treated with respect, dignity, and we all deserve to have our civil rights and our human rights respected. Period. So if you watch her videos and say to yourself, well, this is just some loudmouth black woman, you know how they are. Bullshit. Let me tell you something right now. Everybody who's a victim of a crime, okay, and who's being violated and victimized is gonna have anger. They're gonna have issues about it, just like you would if somebody broke into your home and stole all your property and your car, okay, and threw you out on the house and covertly blacklisted you from employment and threw you into destitution, and even developed schemes to illegally kidnap your grandchildren, which is what they did with her. The state did it. You would have anger too, okay? So when you watch Connie Marshall's videos, I hope in your heart and in your mind, you see what's happening to a human being, okay? It really makes me mad, because when I'm not saying that minorities are any more special than white people are, concerning who's a victim of this crime. But let me tell you something. I personally believe that it's probably harder for a minority to get help, because we all know how, in general, some people can be. Okay? That's right. So Connie Marshall, she's online right now. She's got some YouTube videos of her even being covered on the news pertaining to her talking about how she's being targeted. She was redlined from getting any type of bank loans, because once you're made a target of these crimes, the government, the illegal, filthy, criminal rat whores who are in the system at the federal, state, and local level, who are literally perpetrating these criminalities, are illegally using specific law enforcement tools that were designed to keep community members safe. And what they're doing is putting completely innocent people, just like you, that is if you're an innocent person, just like you, on specific types of government notification lists, and portraying the target as a criminal, and as a result the target is vilified and nullified. That's right. And covertly managed destitution is created and then kept managed. Okay, so when you watch Connie Marshall's YouTube video, she's going to talk about being redlined. And that basically means that she's been put in a government computer. And so when she goes to conduct business in a bank or any other type of place that you might attempt to conduct business at, like at a United States Postal Service post office, okay, they have got you covertly placed in their computers, which means that you're being monitored. Okay, and it also has other illegal templates of protocols that banks are told to do against the target while disguising them as other reasons, like not letting them take out loans. Destitution is the name of the game, sweet peas, because if you got money, you can at least survive and you can possibly fight back. That's right. Now she's exposing about how she, her grandchildren were illegally taken from her by the state for federal funds, and I discussed that in the first YouTube video. And basically what these filthy criminal rat whores are doing, and that's what they are. These people are the worst of the worst. Make no mistake about it. They're directly connected to human trafficking rings, sexual servitude rings, prostitution rings, pedophile rings, land co-opting, property co-opting, mortgage co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft, any type of crime you can think of, they are involved in it. Period. And they're using their employment descriptions in the system to do it. And most of them are being paid for by your tax dollars. And they're doing their crimes while they're on the clock, because it's these government computers that they need in order to be able to put targeted individuals on community notification lists. Police officers are using it to keep track of targets. For instance, you can go to YouTube and Google and type in Jessica Miles, KTPS reporter in Minnesota. Look at what's happening to her as a result of specific law enforcement officers and agencies being involved in the gang stalking of her. And she's a reporter. Okay? Now she saw one of my blogs online that have a bunch of YouTube videos pasted within the blogs that literally show me being gang stalked right down at the San Diego City Council meeting chambers. She saw it online and posted my link and put it in her blog. You know, ladies and gentlemen, unless you're a victim of this crime, there's no way that you might be able to sit back and say to yourself, I've even made videos stating that, imagine, like if you're watching this video in your home right now, and you look around and you take just a quiet moment, a real honest, sincere, quiet moment. No radio on, no stereo on, no TV on, no kids or dogs in the background, and you just get quiet with yourself. And you know, and you look around, okay, and you think to yourself, this is my house. Okay, this is my kitchen table, this is my clothes, this is my clothes in my closet, this is my dinnerware, this is my furniture, my couch, my TV, my computer, okay, all your towels, everything, okay. Targeted individuals lose everything they own, and the syndicate takes it when they create the homelessness of the target. Now, can you imagine somebody creatively creating homelessness of you, taking everything you got, and then attempting to eventually exploit you in the worst possible way that you can think of? And if you don't think that human trafficking is not a horrific criminality by complete strangers you do not know at all, period, I suggest you go to YouTube, I suggest you go to Netflix and type in the movie Trade, Taken 1 and 2, Eden, E-D-E-N, okay, and I suggest you watch those movies more than once. Because these are the kind of filthy, in fact, listen to this. You're never going to believe this. Hold on a second. For the last 2 years, ever since November 2011, I've been making videos because I discovered how to upload them to the internet. Years after I had already been an open target of this campaign for 10 years. Okay, I did not know how to upload videos to the internet. Just didn't. Okay, and plus I was too busy running from state to state trying to survive this crime. Okay, so basically what I've been doing since November 2011 is uploading videos, and I've been uploading a lot. I got multiple YouTube accounts and hundreds of videos online, and blogs were being made for years before that. I was talking about how this is human trafficking rings connected to this shit because I know what I've seen with my own eyes in Michigan. I know what I heard happening to other women and what I've seen happening to other women, and I know exactly what they tried to do to me. Okay? Look, I'm looking into this video camera right now. I can literally watch the video camera as I'm speaking that's videotaping me, which means that I can see what's going on in my environment. So when I tell you that I literally seen women and young men being sexually exploited before my eyes in Michigan because of these gang stalking expeditions, make no mistake about it. And the people that were doing it came from respectable environments, churches, charities, self-help groups, that were using churches for their self-help group meetings. And these people had respectable positions in the community. Teachers, pastors, police officers, firefighters. Now, for years I've been talking about how police officers and firefighters, I briefly mentioned them in a few blogs, okay? And I made a lot of videos about how police officers and firefighters are directly connected to gang stalking. And if you just go to Google and type in gang stalking and human trafficking, you'll flat out see that gang stalking operations are identical to human trafficking operations. Okay? Hold on. So check out what I did. In April of 2014, I bought this phone. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show it to you. Where's it at? I just had it. Hold on a second. In April 2014, I bought this phone. It's got internet service. Okay, and it was either in April or May, or it was in May. I seen that it had a feature on it where you could watch movies. So I think I bought it through Amazon or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember, some movie service. And I watched the movie Eden. I purchased the movie Eden from my phone using a gift card, and then watched the movie on the actual phone. And guess what you gotta watch it. Just go to Google and type in EDEN human trafficking movie. Okay, and you'll literally be able to see a picture. You'll even be able to, you can YouTube it, you can watch the trailer to the movie. Now listen to this. So what I did was I purchased the movie online from my phone by using a gift card, and then watched the movie on my phone. And guess what's happening within the first 40 minutes of that? It's actually happening within the first 15 minutes of that movie. These two girls, just young girls, okay, probably anywhere between 17 and 19. One of them just got their license. They go to a bar, okay, and they have a few drinks, and a guy that's in a bar who's a firefighter is sitting at the end of the bar. And so one of them, shy as she is because she's young and naive, she goes and she has a drink with this firefighter. And they talk all night, and she ends up leaving with him because she's naive. She doesn't know anything about human trafficking, and she's talking to an individual who's got a respectable position in the community, a firefighter. Okay? So she leaves with him, and she's got a little bit of a buzz going because she had some drinks, and he takes her to an abandoned parking lot of a gas station. And guess who meets them there? A male. A man. He opens up the door and grabs her out of the car and knocks her out, and she wakes up in some type of a dungeon. Well, it's not really a dungeon, some type of a warehouse that they got set up, where they set up a bunch of abducted women to human traffic. And guess who's running it? A police officer. You know, my name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California. This movie didn't come out, I think, until at least 2011, 2012. I was already making videos, I was already making blogs about my experiences with firefighters and police officers in Michigan, and concerning the fire department and police officers in Connecticut, and the fire department and the police officers here in San Diego. Hold on. So anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this, is that all you have to do is just type in police officers and gang stalking, police officers and organized stalking, firefighters and organized stalking, firefighters and gang stalking, fire department EMS and gang stalking, EMS and gang stalking, doctors, lawyers, judges. Then go to Google and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking and human trafficking. So basically what they're doing is you got to look at video 1, because I talked about landlords and property owners in that briefly. They basically create, they go after people that have multiple different features that they believe will assist them in the human trafficking, the insurance fraud, and the racketeering. People on disability, single mothers, single fathers, people that have fixed incomes like fixed pensions. Okay, because these are the kinds of finances that can be legally, they are finances that are regular every month. Boom, boom, boom. They're steady. Okay, they're steady. They come in from a third party that the target is getting. So they believe that if they tear down the target individual's life, stage events periodically through over a matter of 3 or 4 years, and then once these staged events they'll even assault a target in order to bait the target to call the police. So when the police come out, they know it's a staged event. They come out and they'll say, what's going on? Well, I got assaulted because I'm being gang stalked. Well, what's gang stalking? And then they'll bait the target to open up about it so they can audio tape it, even videotape it, and then file a falsified police report concerning it. They will then repeat these events over time in order to make it appear that the target has a long history of mental illness, because the police report that was made in 2010 or 11 or whatever reflects the first falsified police report where they're stating the target's delusional. Then they got 2 or 3 more up until the year 2014, 15, or 16. And then they attempt to take all of these police reports, and if the target's breaking down, they'll also use doctor reports, because they're connected to doctors. This is where the insurance fraud is coming in at, okay? In the first video, I talked about a manifesto that a manager of gang stalking wrote. You can go to Google and type in at gang stalking tech everything you need to know. It's a manager of gang stalking crews literally wrote this manifesto. The manifesto flat out states that they're nothing but a mutual for-profit organization where everybody that plays a role using their employment descriptions for the syndicate gets a kickback from the money that's made off the target. Mutual for-profit. Insurance fraud. Illegally taking syndicated probate control of the target to illegally take syndicated probate control of their monthly checks. Insurance fraud, because the gang stalking will continue towards the target in the type of home the target is placed in as a result of the illegal syndicated probate control being achieved. This is where the lawyers and judges come in at play at. The police officers are used for the for the falsified police reports, and they're also used to petition the target in a county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor after a staged event happens. And when they stage these events, they will also stage the witnesses. In order to take syndicated probate control, they have to make it appear that it's being done legally. And the only way they can do that is by making statements in documentations that they use to take the syndicated probate control. Social services reports, doctor reports, police reports, fire department EMS reports, or regular EMS services reports about the target's mental stability. Now, in the manifesto, it flat out states that the doctors are called the money bags because of the insurance fraud. And whenever they petition a target in a county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor where the syndicated doctors and administrative staff are working, they tailor the administrative paperwork to make it reflect that all of the insurance all of the money that's being billed from the target's insurance is being done for legitimate services, because they're claiming that the target's mentally ill. So therefore, we got to put them in a county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor, and those services are then built to that target's insurance. And then when the money comes in, it gets kicked back to all the participating partners. The police officer that petitioned the target in the county mental health or the area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor, and then the administrative staff who assisted in the administrative paperwork to make sure that it all looks nice and legal. So basically what they're doing is using the target individual as a straw person for insurance fraud, racketeering, and human trafficking. Because once the syndicated probate control is taken, the target individual is placed in a organized crime owned and run group home. And if the target has children, their children are co-opted and illegally put in a organized crime syndicated run foster care home, where federal funds are applied for in their name as well. The gang stalking continues towards the child and the adult in these homes. The target is blamed and then the target, what they basically do is try to provoke the target. They do that towards the target when the target is out and about in the community. They're doing that towards me here at this hiking area, okay? Because what they want to do is try and portray the target as being violent, or being violent because they got a mental illness, okay? And then what they'll do is say, they'll provoke the target in the home, in the group home, and then say, well, you're still acting out because of your mental illness, so you got to go in the hospital to get on different medication because your mental illness is not under control, which is apparent because you're acting out, when actually the target is acting out because they're being harassed. Okay, that's right. They will even go as far as using gang stalkers who are pretending to be fellow clients, because these homes, these people that own these homes own more than one home. Okay, they can own anywhere between 3 to 5 to 7 to 8 different homes, and what they'll do is act like they're rotating targets between homes, when some of the people they're rotating are actually nothing but individuals that are involved in the syndicate pretending to be clients. They will be used to have them move into the current home the target is in. They will then stage an altercation between the two. The target will be blamed for it and then petitioned back into county mental health so the insurance can be booked again, and so the false diagnoses can be kept updated and current. That way they can justify the continued probate control. Racketeering, ladies and gentlemen, insurance fraud, and the target individual is also sexually exploited in these homes. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. This is how the syndicate operates. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. In the first video, I literally showed and proved using audio files of in-my-face gang stalking happening around me, towards me, concerning me. Undisputable evidence. And they were just 2 audio files of over 800. That's not including the video proof I have and the paper trail proof I have. All of it is literally in-your-face evidence that is completely indisputable. So, why had the San Diego Police Department refused my right on at least over 19 separate occasions to make a police report concerning the factual reality that I am a gang stalking target? Ask yourself that question. It can be asked and answered with common sense. And if you don't think I'm being a gang stalk, why are these two men on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day 2013, as they're threatening me and harassing me, saying gang stalk? Now, the reason why they're saying gang stalking as they're harassing me and threatening me is because they wanted me to know that that provocation, which included life-threatening threats, was happening because of gang stalking. Why do you think they're repeating gang stalking, and gang stalking, I'm gonna fuck you up? Because they wanted me to know that that staged event was because of gang stalking, where they anchor and form mental associations in the target's mind to the harassment and the threat by literally stating the name of the crime as the harassment and the threat is occurring. Because the threat induces fear, and the harassment induces mental duress. And they want to make sure that this anchored episodic memory, which becomes an episodic memory because it's an episode, it's an event, when an event happens, a memory is created. They want to make sure that that memory is associated to gang stalking. That's why they're repeating gang stalking as the event is occurring. That's right, it's called sensitization methods. Right now in my possession, I literally have 800 separate audio files of individuals getting along all my routes every single day for the last 2 years and repeating gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalker, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, crazy, gang stalk, weird, gang stalk, oh my god, in that way. Everywhere I have went, non-stop. I was even on a national radio show on September 17, 2013, Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. And the reason why I was on that radio show is because I was in my tent here listening to the show and they were covering gang stalking. So I called up the show and I asked to speak with Clyde Lewis so I could tell my story. He let me do it. I was out literally on a national radio show being heard all across America stating what I was putting up with here at this hiking area by individuals that they had set up to hike out 150 feet away who were constantly on gang stalk night and day. And one of the individuals that played a role in this Thanksgiving event that you just heard was directly connected to that group of people. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. All you gotta do is go to Ground Zero Clyde Lewis Radio Show and look at his archives of his shows through SoundCloud, okay? And find the September 17, 2013 article. And you'll literally hear me on that radio broadcast stating it, and then this event occurred on Thanksgiving Day 2 months later. It shows that I was telling the truth before I got on this, after. It shows that I was telling the truth pertaining to what I was stating on the show, because what I stated on the show was caught after the fact and before the fact. I'm in San Diego, California. Please look in the description of this YouTube video for a YouTube title, because I'm going to make one more video. This is a 3-part video series. I do appreciate you listening, and thank you.